I'm not even going to beat around the bush. Welcome to what might be the best Christmas present I've ever received, an Urban Defender 90.
Hello one and all, and welcome to Seeing Through Glass. Welcome to, I think, one of the more exciting videos that I've filmed over the last 3 or 4 years. You find me at Alexander's Prestige, and I'm here to collect this Urban Defender 90, which I now have the keys for the next 3 months. Let me explain. If you've been following my recent videos, you'll know that I'm kind of on the hunt for my next daily, a replacement for my BMW X3 M40i, a car which has been a fantastic daily for the last 18 months or so, but I've never really sort of bonded with on an emotional level. I've never really connected with it. So initially I came up here to Alexander's to kind of browse their stock and see if I could find a car that potentially would do as good a job as the X3 has done, but, you know, a car that maybe I would bond with a little better. Now, I ended up falling in love with the idea of about 3 or 4 different cars that Alexander's had in stock, but specifically the new Land Rover Defenders, and more specifically than that, the new Defender 90s. But based on prior experience, I know that these cars, whilst as cool as they are, have a few sort of weak points in terms of practicality. And because this is going to be my daily driver, a car that I need to be able to handle any task I throw at it, I've always been a little concerned that actually maybe this wouldn't be the most sensible replacement for my X3. However, speaking to Andrew, he was like, well, you know, I feel like you haven't spent enough time with the Defender 90 to really make that cool. So, why don't you come back at Christmas and pick up a Defender 90, you can drive away for 3 months and really figure out whether it could replace your X3 or not. And I was like, yes, that sounds like a fantastic plan. So now you understand why this quite incredible Defender 90 is potentially the best Christmas present I've ever received. Now, I'll be honest, I would have been happy collecting any Defender 90 today, but no, Alexander's have gone a step above and handed me the keys to this Urban Defender 90 for the next 3 months. I actually worry I'm not cool enough to pull this thing off. Look at it, it's an absolute monster. Now, at its sort of core, this is a P300 SE X Dynamic Defender 90. Now, that's a bit of a mouthful, and I'll be honest, I actually struggled to understand the sort of trim levels when it comes to Defender. So let me show you around the car and talk you through what options it has and what makes it an Urban Defender rather than a standard Land Rover Defender. Right up front, Urban actually replaced the Land Rover letters and badging with Urban letters and badging. So you can really know that it's something a little bit different, a little bit more unique. It's also got what I think it's called their sort of black contrast pack. So we get sort of body coloured wheel arches and elements like that, just making the whole car have such stance and presence. 22-inch Urban wheels. And those are big. Those are proper big old wheels. And actually the car itself is big, which is why I've always liked the 90 instead of the 110. But one thing that I'm really a fan of is the Urban side sills, or at least steps, because if you've seen any of my Defender content before, you'll know that I basically have to run and leap to get in the car. Vicky, my wife, needs a step ladder to get in these things. So that's going to be super helpful and might help convince her into the Defender life. We've also got these Urban kind of roof lights, I guess you would call them. Super aggressive, super mean. I don't know if they're functional, I guess they must be. It's going to light up the roads in front of me pretty well. Coming around the rear, we've also got this kind of like rear spoiler, I guess you would call it. Again, just helping with the kind of overall styling of this car, and the big old Urban wheel cover as well. Let me show you inside, because the SE X Dynamic does come fairly well spec'd. This car does have some really nice options on it though. The Meridian speaker system, which is big important for me because I actually love listening to music in the car. We've got the lovely Pano roof, which will allow a lot of light into the cabin. It's the 2-seat front configuration rather than the sort of bench seat in the middle. And aside from that, I'm probably forgetting a lot of things. I think it's got cruise control and stuff like that, but I'm gonna
figure out what else this car has got over the next 3 months. And look, because it is a loan, an extended test drive you might say, this is all about me figuring out whether this car could actually replace the X3, and then what options I want to look out for. So maybe there'll be some things on this car which I feel like I don't need, or some things that are missing that I feel like I might want. So this is why this is going to be so fantastic. But I think now, before I drive away, oh, so exciting, I need to bring Andrew in to kind of understand why he's done this. Maybe he just thinks, oh, well, I'll lend him the car, pretend like it's a loan, and I'll just actually end up selling it to him. And then it's win-win, I get some exposure and I sell a car. Maybe I figured it out. Anyway, let's go find him, and yes, thank him and ask him why he's been mad enough to allow me the keys to this thing.
Sorry,
I know you're trying to buy a car, I can tell, but I need to borrow this man. Is your secret plan that I'm just going to end up buying it off you?
No, I'm just sick of you bloody banging on about Defenders. I mean, all you do is bang on about Defenders, so I thought, right, I'm going to shoot you up and I'm just going to get you what you want. And I thought I'd get you the 90 Urban for 2 reasons. One, because the 90 is so impractical, I thought it'd be funny. It's like a reverse TARDIS, isn't it? It's like massive on the outside, tiny on the inside. And then I thought I'd get you an Urban because I thought people would just take the mick out of you in London, so I thought you could just drive along, get abuse from everybody.
So I genuinely was like, oh, okay, so yeah, maybe Andrew set this up so that he can hopefully just, sell some stock. Maybe it's quiet this time of year and he needs some help. But no, actually what you've done is just arrange something for me to look like an idiot.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I thought that was funnier than selling the car in the first place.
Well done, I suppose. I hope to prove you wrong.
Right.
I hope I'm going to mould myself to this car. You're going to see me come back in 3 months and be like, that's a cool guy stepping out of an Urban. He looks like the kind of guy that would own one of those cars.
Yes.
And maybe I will find that it's not as impractical as we both think it is and go, heck, I'm going to do it. I'm going all in. And I'm going to replace the X3 with this Urban Defender 90.
Well, perfect then. I'll get the finance company ready for you.
You win both ways. Either you're going to have a big laugh or you're going to sell a car.
True.
Well, look, thank you
Nice
so much.
Christmas
It's
present,
an unbelievable Christmas present. You're insanely generous. Thank you very, very much. I do really appreciate it. And of course, I'll be coming back. We've got to do some stuff because I think, I've got to live with this car properly, right? I feel like we should go and explore Yorkshire together or something like that.
Should, yeah,
something like that, because it's
Should
the
we
right kind
try
of
and
place.
properly use it?
I think
I'll
so.
take something, you take something.
Don't bring the Urus though. I know what you're like.
Did you see Vinnie Jones went shooting and some guy got caught in his Urus?
No.
Yes, I never take my Urus shooting.
Okay,
No.
well, yeah, but look, anyway, I'm really bowled over and very excited for this experience. A little nervous, a little apprehensive, but excited, and I think I'm going to prove you wrong. And I'm going to
Right, deal.
Yeah.
Deal.
Let me just use my urban sidestep to climb on into this Defender 90. Can I call it my Defender 90? Is that overstretching a bit? I think it probably is. It's definitely Alexander's prestigious Defender 90. And look, clearly, Andrew's motivations for lending me this car are a bit different to what I thought. But I don't really care because it means I get to live with a Defender for 3 months and just have a true and honest experience. And maybe he's right, maybe my fears and concerns about this car are going to be true, or maybe not, and maybe I'm just going to absolutely adore it and learn how to live with this thing. And look, today is a baptism by fire because we're putting this car straight to the test. You may have noticed that Paul Wallace from Supercars of London is here. He's about to film a Mercedes AMG GT 4-door. Mouthful of a name, cool car. And yes, I'm going to use the Defender 90 as a camera car to aid filming his video. So yeah, straight in, and that's what I love. Where's seatbelt's quite far away. Everything is it's all big and chunky and lots to get used to, but lots to be excited about. Ooh, electric seats, how plush. Okay, let's go find Paul. Let's experience my first few miles in this car. Ooh. Oh my god, there's another Defender arriving. Alexander's have so many of these coming in and out of stock. It's outrageous, but this is the car. Paul is here to film and
Does it suit me?
Potentially purchase. I think it might suit you more than the Urban Defender. Can you get a shot of me in this car?
Yeah.
Just to see. But back it up.
Yeah, proper gangster.
Yeah. I should probably get out of the way because I think he's trying to come this way. So.
So one thing I think I'm going to have to immediately concede on potentially owning a Defender 90 is any dynamic capabilities. Oh my
I
god!
feel like you're going to tip over.
I nearly rolled over about 6. Were you going fast? Did you think
No,
you were going fast?
Not really, no.
You look like a Bugatti Chiron to me. I was like, that thing is. I mean, it looks great, but my god, corners are not its friend.
Really?
Oh! How did you find that initial drive?
It's interesting.
I think it is interesting. It looks good on the road.
Does it?
I'll let you carry on. I don't want to do too much. I know I'm supposed to be helping you film, but look at that.
It looks so cool with the lights on.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Are you done?
I think so.
Are you buying this car?
No.
Okay, bye. I'll see you back there. I'm already enjoying this car far too much. It's day one of a 3-month loan. I'm like, yep, I love it, I want it. I'm also seemingly trying to test it in every possible way immediately. I need to relax and realize I've got loads of time to test out this car in lots of different scenarios. But yeah, so far I've been like, I'm gonna see what it's like as a camera car, and then I'm gonna see what it's like dynamically, and now I've got a long drive back to London. I'm gonna see what it's like as a cruiser. But just relax, Sam, relax. But yes, anyway, long drive back because I'm headed home. It's a 214-mile journey, Google Maps, which by the way, I can connect wirelessly via wireless Apple CarPlay. Cha-ching. 3 hours and 58 minutes. So yeah, good old journey, but I've got that Meridian sound system, so get some tunes on and cruise away in this beast. I have to say, I mean, I'm going past a lorry, an HGV, a truck right now, and I feel like I'm the same height. I forget how tall you are in these new Defenders. Insane. Anyway, onwards to London. Well, 4 hours later and I have made it back to London. It's been a super easy journey with this car, but a few things that I've noticed. Firstly, driving a Defender on the motorway is a bit like driving a shed on the motorway. Honestly, aerodynamic this thing is not. You're just ploughing through the air. You can kind of feel the wind knocking you around and stuff like that. It's intense, but totally fine and comfortable and easy. However, fuel economy, not impressive. I think it's saying I've averaged 22 mpg and 57 miles an hour. That's not encouraging. It's not a good sign for the future. But today's all about the positives, and I'm just so excited to spend some proper time with the Defender 90. So I have to say a huge thank you once again to Andrew and the whole team at Alexander's Prestige. They're all legend, and this is an amazing thing. So yes, thank you so much to them, and please go check them out on Instagram. Go give them a follow, just to support them supporting me, because yeah, it's brilliant. This is actually my final video of the year. Long-term viewers of the channel will know that I almost always take a few weeks off at Christmas to kind of recharge the batteries and come back in the new year with fresh inspiration and creativity to hopefully make better videos than ever. And we now know that the first few videos of 2022 will be with and around this Defender 90. How exciting is that? So yes, a huge thank you for all the support and views this year. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do now. I would really appreciate that. And give this video a thumbs up if you're excited for not only Defender 90 videos in 2022, but everything that I've got planned, because it's going to be epic. So yeah, for now, I'll sign off and say, see you next year.